When waiting for somebody to yawn becomes the highlight of your week, then you realise you have hit some serious boredom. And this was the case growing up in the Exclusive Brethren for 22 years before I managed to escape. We would look for anything that would break the monotony and the boredom of 11 meetings a week where we had to sit silently and behave ourselves. And so one of I put together in the book Cult Escape a chapter called Funny Memories, although I think weird memories might be more appropriate, because some of these were funny for us at the time, but to you they will be probably just weird. But you might find it interesting. Here's a little story. Every 5 videos or so in this channel, I want to make it lighten it up a bit and share something of which was weird stroke funny. So here we go. This one's called The Yawn Show. The monotony and boredom of the meetings caused me to keep alert to anything that would give me the slightest bit of amusement. For many years, our second meeting on a Sunday at 9 o'clock in the morning was in Manchester. All 600 members from the area would gather there for a reading, which is one man who would read the Bible and the men would talk about it. The seating layout in all the meeting rooms were concentric circles in a basin type thing, with the males sitting on the inner circle rows and the women at the outer circle rows. They kept separate. The women were not allowed to talk. There's one little sentence in the Bible that says women should keep silent in church, and so therefore they got to keep silent. My mum actually, come to think of it, who was born into it as well, therefore was silent for over 80 years. What a waste of a talent. Anyway, one such morning I noticed something worthy of amusement. Amongst the women on the other side of the circle from where I was sitting was a lovely lady called Martha. I noticed her yawning, but like no other yawn I had ever seen. By the way, her name really wasn't Martha, but in case her family are watching this, I don't want to embarrass them. I noticed her yawning, but like no other yawn I'd ever seen, her mouth would start to slowly open for about 10 seconds, and at the same time her head would move slowly back. After these 10 seconds, her mouth would be wide open and her head would be back like a head in a dentist chair. Without putting her hand over her mouth, she would keep in this yawning position for about another 7 seconds. I used to time them to see what the record was. I think the record was 11 seconds, but average 7 seconds, which is a very long time in a public place to maintain this position with your gob wide open for all to see, don't you think? Then as her head came back down, her lips would purse up in a very contented sort of way, sort of like that. She would average this style of yawn about 10 times every morning, Sunday morning meeting. I noticed this a few weeks running and told my brothers and a few friends. We started sitting deliberately opposite Martha to watch the show. This was pure theatre to us. All eyes were on Martha, and when we thought she was about to start, there would be coughing and nudges so no one of us would miss an episode. Word spread, and after about 10 weeks of exponential growth of interest to this, I reckon there were 50 to 70 men and boys who deliberately came a little early to get a good seat. Even my dad knew about it. I saw him smirking a few times, but he didn't let on that he did. With a large audience now, there was a noticeable ripple of smirks and shakings of silent laughter every yawn. If Martha was ever not there on a Sunday morning, we would be bitterly disappointed. And so that was one of our, what I reckon, 12 interesting things that happened in the 22 years I was there. And so I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to subscribe to this channel to excite the algorithm, to get it spread out so more people get aware of what's going on, more people can make choices in life, whether they want to be controlled by somebody who coerces and indoctrinates them about their belief, or whether they want to live from their heart and live free. See you soon.